Hello FlossTube. This is Stacy and this is Kemper. He's my little Yorkie dog. He's 12 1/2 years old and he hates cuddling, so I'm surprised he's even let me hold him. But he's a good little doggy. You want to say hi? That's as much as you're going to get from him. Like I said. Okay, you're free. So this is my second FlossTube video. My first one, I just kind of introduced myself and showed all of the works in progress, the projects that I haven't started yet, and all of the completed works that I have done over the years of my cross-stitch life, I guess. I started at a very young age. It was the first craft that I learned, and definitely the first fiber art that I learned. I started when I was in elementary school. My sister did cross stitch as well as my mom a little bit, and I just picked up on it and I still love it to this day. So I'm a cosmetologist now. I guess you could also consider that a fiber art, working on people's hair. I mean, that's fiber, right? Anyways, and I live in the mountains of North Carolina, so there's another quick little review of me. And so I'm going to show you my work in progress, as well as one that I forgot to show you of a completed work it's called Oriental Butterfly, and I'll try to put links to, I have learned by watching videos and stuff, to put links so you guys can go and look at the products that I'm using below in the description. So this one is called Oriental Butterfly, and it's a dimensions cross stitch. I'm not sure if it's gold collection or not. I'm sorry about the reflection on the glass of the frame, but there is that, and that's a completed work. It's just I forgot to show you on my last FlossTube video, my first FlossTube video. So I'm going to show you my work in progress, and this is called Fall Fairy. It's a Dimensions Gold Collection item. This is what it's going to look like when it's all done. Again, I apologize for the reflection. And it goes along with one that I have already completed, except for French knots. My mom has it to do the French knots because I'm not very good at French knots. Well, I haven't practiced enough, and I'm not sure I care to practice enough to learn them because she likes doing them. So whenever I finish all the back stitching and cross stitching, I give it to her. She does the French knots and the cording, and then she gives it back to me, and if it happens to make it into a frame, then awesome. So that's that. And the Winter Fairy, that's what I'm calling it, but it's really called Woodland Enchantress, and that is also from Dimensions. I'm going to enter a picture of it here. So that was the Woodland Enchantress that I am going to put up along with my Fall Fairy, or I might switch them out as the seasons change on the same nail on the wall. I'm not sure. Neither of them are in frames yet anyway, so that's down the road. The Fall Fairy that I'm working on now, I was doing a little bit differently than I do most of my cross stitches. Most of my cross stitches I start in the very center of the grid, and I just work my way out and create the picture that way. This one I started in the center, and I went up here, I went over here, I went, because I was taking pictures of it every day that I worked on it, and I did not want people to know what it was. They were supposed to guess what the picture was going to be. So I was doing places all over the canvas so that way no one could really tell what it was until they started seeing the form of the fairy on the canvas, and I'll insert those pictures here. So, since I'm pretty much to a point now where everybody can tell what the picture is, I've started filling in all of the negative spaces and just working it from corner to corner. So since I've been stitching a very long time, I guess I do things kind of the old-fashioned way, and I need to come up with the trends. Anyway, on all these FlossTube videos and everything, everybody's using these plastic, call them Qsnap, square frames to put their cross stitch on, and so I had always been using, of course, the round frames. I don't even know if you would call them frames, whatever. Anyways, that's always what I have used. They're very easy for me. All I do is put my cross stitch down on the hoop and done. And I can move it around multiple times. So I got this Qsnap frame to try to figure out and see if I liked it better. And not that I don't know if I like it better or not, but here's this. I put my fall fairy on the frame, and after multiple pinches on the hand and almost blood blisters of trying to get these things on and off, pinching my hand, usually right there on the edges. I mean, I do like it because it shows much more of a larger area, and I can work a larger area without having to move it. But the thing about the hoops is that I can move them so easily, it's not that big of a deal. With this, I can't move it as easily, so I pretty much have to work on the space that it shows and then move it afterwards. So that's that. It took me a little while to figure it out. Most of the other people I've seen, they'll put their picture on the back of the frame instead, and I think really the only advantage to that is that your plastic pieces are not, you know, if it was back here, then the plastic pieces would be on the back side of the cross stitch instead of the front side of the cross stitch and rubbing on your stitches that you've already done. I think that's the only purpose behind doing it that way, but you guys let me know if I'm wrong. I'm not sure. This is all new to me using this frame. So there's the back of my cross stitch. And so once I got the frame, I'm looking at all these grime guards or frame covers, and I'm thinking, well, first of all, I don't feel like I get mine very dirty just because I keep my hands pretty clean, but of course they're always sweating. But I went on to Google basically, and I searched for how to make a grime guard because I'm also a new owner of a sewing machine. And there's an article on threadbare.com, and I'll post the article below in the description as well on how to make a grime guard. And so I got out my sewing machine, and my first project ever on my sewing machine was a grime guard. And this is for my frame. It is an 11 by 11. Let me put it on there. An 11 by 11, and she gives all of the measurements of fabric and elastic and everything that you would need on that article if you would like to make your own grime guard. Oh, another thing that I noticed about the Qsnap frame over the hoops is that it's harder for me to grip the side. I always, there it is. I always hold this side like this and stitch with this hand, and this one is just not as pleasing to hold as a hoop is. So I don't know if I'm going to stick with the Qsnap frames or go back to my regular hoops. I'm not sure. Another thing that I noticed people were doing is these needle minders. And I can't say, I don't remember if I've ever lost a needle. I'm sure I have. But, I mean, nobody's perfect, right? But I don't know if it'd be worth it. Because it's basically just a cute little magnet. I'm not sure. Anyways, I haven't bought one of those yet. I probably will, just so I can have the whole experience. But, and by watching other floss tubers and everything, I have noticed that a lot of people go to Down Sunshine Lane to get their needle minders. But, we'll see what happens with that. I'm not quite sure yet, and but that is my cross-stitching work in progress. And like I said, I'm just filling in all the negative space right now, since everybody can pretty much tell what the picture is going to be. I've filled in all of this sky since my last FlossTube video, and I just look forward to keep working on it. I take it in spurts. I will start working on it and work on it for a few weeks, and then I'll lay it down for a year. So we'll just have to see what the future holds with this project. Thank you for watching. You can subscribe to my channel. I have all kinds of different videos on there. Crochet, diamond painting, knitting. I might get into some of the math and logic problem and Japanese pencil puzzle type stuff. I'm not sure. But right now it's just crafts, and I look forward to hearing from you. And also, if you're interested, give me a follow on Instagram at Stacy Noelle CP, StacyNoellecP. And on my Instagram, I have all my crafty things, as well as some coloring and different things like that. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.